Hi, I'm Julie Tam, managing broker at Lynn Realty, a brokerage serving generations of clients in the greater Houston area and from around the world since 1981. You can find me on HAR.com, that stands for Homes and Rentals, as Yao Tam. Thank you so much for tuning in for my weekly Wednesday video series, Smarter Real Estate, where I take you on some of my real estate adventures and give you practical strategies to make you a smarter buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord. These videos are shot in one take and are not edited. And today we're going to talk about a really hot topic, something that I get asked about a lot as a real estate professional, and of course real estate professionals all over are getting asked about. And when buyers and tenants are looking for a home, not only do they want to know about the home itself, they also want to know about their neighbors, the neighborhood, and the surrounding area. So the three things I get frequently asked are about who my neighbors are, is this neighborhood safe, and are the schools good? Those are all important questions. So I'm going to discuss each of them, why they're important, and also what a real estate professional like myself is allowed to and not allowed to discuss regarding these topics. All right, let's tackle the first one. Who are my neighbors going to be? All right, so when we talk about demographics, the Federal Fair Housing Act protects 7 classes of people: race, color, national origin, religion, sex, familial status, and disability. So if you ask me if people of those types or of any specific types within those categories live in that neighborhood or on your street or in the area, I'm not allowed to tell you. And a real estate professional should not tell you that information. All I can tell you is that, you know what? You can do your own research. I would suggest that you drive around the neighborhood, walk around. You could ask a neighbor because if they're not a licensed real estate professional, then they may be able to tell you. And then of course, just based on general knowledge of the area, if you look at what businesses are in the area, you may be able to glean some of that information as well. The second area we talked about is whether it's a safe neighborhood. But the word safe, what does that really mean? Your definition of safe may not be the same definition that I have of safe. One person may be able to tolerate minimal property crime in the area, like car break-ins, for example. Another person may be really bothered by that. One person may not want a registered sex offender living in their neighborhood, and another person may not really care. So that's why when you ask me if it's a safe neighborhood, I cannot characterize that for you because of the definition, and also there's liability. If someone tells you the neighborhood is safe and the next thing you know, you become a victim of a crime, well, what are you going to think about the fact that that neighborhood was characterized as safe? So what I tell my clients, and actually what we are advised to tell, is go ahead and do the research yourself. We can point you to the resources, and I can point you, for example, to the Houston Police Department's crime map. A number of other cities and counties have their own crime maps, and you can search by address and find the different crimes that have happened within different time periods in that neighborhood. You can zoom in and out on the map to see a broader area or narrow your focus to see what crimes have happened in that general vicinity. And they actually give you a whole legend and different symbols for each crime. So you can see if there's burglary, sexual assault, murder, whatever types of crime you want to look up. The third area we talked about is schools. So the public schools that that neighborhood or that address of the home is zoned to that's important because it actually helps the value of the home. If you're zoned to well-performing or high-performing schools, I should say, then that's a good thing. That gives your home more value. That makes your home more attractive to a future buyer or tenant, for example. If you're a tenant, that doesn't really matter to you. You're renting, you're going away. But if you're buying the home and you're going to own it and one day perhaps want to either lease it out or sell it, then it is important what schools are zoned to that area. Private schools, not as important because there's no zoning involved. However, if of course your neighborhood is close to good private schools, then that's a good thing. So HAR.com, as I mentioned, is the main website in the Houston area for realtors to post their listings. And if you go on there, you can see the assigned schools and also the ratings. Now, if you click onto these schools, you can find out demographic information for those schools. It will talk to you about ethnicity, for example, and it'll also show you how well that school performed on standardized testing of different subjects like math, so that you know what you're looking at and very specifically. And I touch on that because again, it's a difference in definition. If you think a school is good, someone else may not think that school is good enough for them, and vice versa. So again, that's why I don't want to characterize it as, oh yes, there are good schools or bad schools or mediocre schools zoned to this area. I can point you to where you can look it up and make that determination for yourself based on your preferences. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to message me or post here. I hope you'll watch me here on YouTube or Facebook, and like my video, like my page, subscribe, and all of that, and hope you'll continue tuning in every week. And I wish you a great week. Thank you so much for watching my weekly Wednesday series, Smarter Real Estate.